Now tonight, a Hannity investigation. More developments have come to light surrounding Mr. Zero Experience Hunter Biden as multiple highly credible whistleblowers. Democrats love whistleblowers, right? They have now come forward to Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley, detailing what they say is an effort from inside the FBI to discredit information about Hunter Biden and his nefarious foreign dealings. According to Grassley's letter to the FBI, quote, the allegations provided to my office appear to indicate that there was a scheme in place among certain FBI officials to undermine derogatory information connected to Hunter Biden by falsely suggesting it was disinformation. Now, it was just the latest evidence of a two-tier justice system inside the FBI and this politicized Department of Justice, and how these institutions are both politicized. And that's not all. According to a new report from the Washington Examiner, Delaware police considered Hunter Biden the victim back in 2018 when his handgun was tossed near a grocery store by his sister-in-law, Hallie Biden. No charges ever filed in the incident. No charges connected to him lying on his gun application. And tonight, Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson has also sent a letter to the FBI Director Christopher Wray, pressing the Bureau for more transparency and laying out more evidence to their efforts to undermine the investigation into Hunter Biden and the Biden family syndicate. Here with reaction, Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson. By the way, I have noticed, and many are taking note, tens of millions of dollars from outside of Wisconsin is flowing into your state to try to take you out. You've become the #1 target for Democrats in this election cycle. I don't know if that's an honor or a distinction, but it's happening. Is that true?
It's over $44 million so far. So Ron Johnson for Senate.com. I'm going to need a lot of help if you want me to continue my investigations.
Yeah, I'm sure that everybody in Wisconsin loves people outside of Wisconsin telling them who to vote for. All right, this is important because if you go back to 2016, there was a big lie perpetrated. Hillary Clinton's bought and paid for dirty Russian dossier, then becomes the basis of a FISA application. It's unverifiable. It's been debunked. 4 separate warrants, never verified or verifiable. Then, in the lead up to the 2020 election, weeks before, we get this laptop from hell. Now it's been verified. And yet still the FBI and people in the media and the Democratic Party and all these intel officials, past and present, oh, no, this looks like Russian disinformation. So they use Russia in 2 elections in 2 different ways to impact our elections. How many more times are the Democrats going to play that game and get away with it?
Oh, it's their playbook. Let me first thank the whistleblowers for coming forward. We need a lot more whistleblowers inside the FBI, the Department of Justice, the federal health agencies. If we're going to restore credibility to these agencies, we need to know the truth, and that's going to require whistleblowers. But, unfortunately, Sean, I don't find this revelation shocking. It's outrageous. But there's so many things that were suspicious. For example, Senator Grassley and I both received briefings we didn't request from the FBI. They were later leaked to the Washington Post to smear us and discredit our investigation. I'll never forget Peter Strzok's text to Lisa Page said that our sisters are leaking like mad, feeling scorned, worried, and political. They're kicking into overdrive. Now we're finding out from these whistleblowers that the FBI actually had, I don't know what you would call it, but individuals specifically taking derogatory information against Hunter Biden, downgrading it to end the investigations. Were they responsible, talking to their intelligence sisters of the 51 intelligence officials that came forward and engaged in their own information operation when they said that Hunter Biden's laptop had all the earmarks of a Russian information operation? This is dirty. This is corrupt. We need answers. And Christopher Wray, Attorney General Merrick Garland, these people have to come clean and tell us what we know. We may need a special counsel on this one.
Well, I would agree with you, but why would we have any confidence in them? Because you mentioned, well, we could talk about Comey, McCabe, Strzok, Page, and a whole list of other people. Nobody's ever held accountable. And then time passes and they move on. Christopher Wray hasn't cleaned up the FBI. He hasn't lifted a finger to take on the abuse of power that took place with the Russian lie or the lies to the FISA court on 4 separate occasions. He hasn't taken on any of the people that said Hunter Biden's laptop was disinformation. He hasn't done anything to clean everything up. And as far as the Department of Justice, okay, what happened on January 6th was wrong. I said it in real time. I said it that night on this show. I'll say it again tonight. But so are the 574 riots in the summer of 2020 that, if I'm not mistaken, Kamala Harris defended and said, beware, take note. They won't stop. They shouldn't stop. We're not going to stop. And then promoted a bail fund for the rioters. How come that's not important? How come the people on videotape rioting and burning down, businesses and police precincts, how come those people haven't been held accountable?
Because we have highly partisan political actors inside these federal agencies, and that's why we need to get to the bottom of this. This is why we need more whistleblowers coming forward, patriots that actually appreciate their agencies, want to see credibility and integrity restored to them. The only way we're going to restore that credibility, because I don't trust Christopher Wray. Remember, under his leadership, the FBI briefed the Senate Intel Committee in March of 2018 that the Steele dossier had integrity, even though the FBI knew it was Russian disinformation. He's the one that was there while this operation was apparently set up. He's the one that potentially directed the briefing to Senator Grassley and I that was then leaked and then used to smear us. So, no, I don't trust him, but he's the one we've got to call on to answer some questions.
All right. Thank you, Senator Ron Johnson, Wisconsin. We're going to be watching your re-election, hopefully. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.